Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, Facebook. And I'm coming with you with day three of this series this week. And I'm going to talk to you about it's okay. It's okay with being average. And obviously, when people come on, I've got your attention now. In terms of you would never thought of me saying those. I'm going to count it 5 words together. Obviously, from my background within sport, you would never associate excellence with average. And obviously, I'm going to go the contrary of a post that I saw today. And Cove, I'm going to call you out in terms of there's nothing wrong with per se being average. And how I'm going to juxtapose this argument is because obviously it's contrary. It normally goes against excellence because you're not doing either the basics right or you're not putting the work in to be able to excel in what you're doing. But I think this puts you in a predicament where you're going to struggle because not everybody's the same. And I talked about this yesterday. You've got to be able to stay in your lane and be comfortable with being your individual state and being the person that you need to be able to excel. And I think where it needs to be in that position of being okay with being average. Not everybody's going to excel to be the heights that I achieved in sport. There's not saying for that perspective that what I was able to achieve in sport, I will be able to replicate in business. And it's being okay with that. But you're willing to put in the hard yards and learn from those obviously those dark days and those difficult times you previously had to be able to give yourself a one up and put you to the next level in a different environment. But I think this is maybe where people get things wrong is they start to compare themselves and I'm going to hold myself up to a hand and say that I'm not contrary to that either, because you get to this position where you're comparing yourself to be it where you are now to what you were previously able to achieve, be it in the sporting realms, in within your fitness, your nutrition, your training. You can't do that to yourself because you're on hiding to nothing, because what you were able to do yesterday and what you're able to do tomorrow are two completely different things, because it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're never going to tally up to the same thing. And I'm going to give people a few shout outs as we're going along as well, and be a little bit different than the norm. Kevin Falk, should I say? I apologize for butchering your surname. Down with, and thanks for the love because I've seen it go up. I try not to get too distracted by it because it can throw me off my game to a certain extent. Liam Tuxworth and Joshua Malone, thank you all for coming on your first live. So I think obviously I'm coming against the norm in terms of it's okay to be average, because to a certain extent people are going to have different ceilings in terms of what they're able to achieve. Be it, if I say for argument's sake, I compare myself to, be it the people that have come on in the live to this point, what they're able to achieve versus what I have achieved in the past in the sporting realms. Would all of them, should I say, be able to attain what I was able to achieve? Probably not. But if they're willing to get towards the potential of their, I will call it a glass ceiling, because then you can still push through it as opposed to a concrete one. That is within the realms of obviously average, but you're pushing beyond mediocrity. And I think if people are willing to be able to be okay with that, I think we'd be in a better position than if I say the latter perspective, in terms of everybody would have heard this saying, practice makes perfect. You're on, to a certain extent, from that perspective, that's impossible, because it doesn't matter how much hours you put in, you're never going to be able to attain perfection, because that's not possible, because even the best individuals at the top of their game, whatever field that is, that's not perfection, because they're still striving to be the best to a certain extent within their field, obviously pushing the boundaries of themselves to be able to get better. But that's not perfection. That's being the best person you can be in day out. So I think on some encapsulating the entire video, if you're only catching now, I would say steer away from perfectionism and be okay with being living into this to an extent what is mediocrity and being average, but you're willing to put in the work. So be it, the saying goes, hard work will beat talent when talent doesn't work. If you have that kind of mentality, you're going to be setting yourself up to I'll coin the I've used success in the past, and I think that's probably the wrong methodology. Up to win, and using the sporting sense going forward, if you put in the work rate within training, nutrition, and mindset to be in a position to win, not necessarily succeed, you're going to be in a better position to go forward, and obviously strive to be the best individual you can be day in, day out. So I'm going to give a few shout outs now. I'm at the end of this video on Facebook Live today. I know I've given a few shout outs earlier than normal. So if you are watching in the replay, don't forget to put hashtag replay as usual. So once again, for the ones that jumped on earlier, Kevin Falk, Don Worth, apologies, Liam Tuxworth, Joshua Malone, Jade Marie Jones, thanks for jumping on now, Ryan Butler, and Dawn Royal. For the ones just joining now, I do insist that you wait till the video is processed and jump to the very beginning and look for me dropping some gold as usual. So as always, I will see you all again tomorrow, and I hope you have a pleasant Thursday.